Okay, so I got my Mr. Beer here.
Okay, we're done with the boil. I'm gonna let this guy boil for 15 minutes. But the reason why I brought you down here is my stuff from last. I'm gonna try a pound of oats here. I'm gonna toast those guys in the oven. Just got done cleaning up in the basement. Down here you can see we got my oatmeal stout. Hey guys, happy Homebrew Wednesday. PFC Brewing here. Happy Homebrew Wednesday, I guess. Cheers. I'm drinking my German Pils, aka my Butterball. Got a little diacetyl problem with it. But about 2 of these ain't too bad. I just need to get this keg finished, and I got the brown ale or the pale ale I'll put on first. I'm not sure exactly which one I'm going to put on first. Probably the pale ale because I dry hopped it and I don't want the hop flavor to run out. And it wouldn't hurt for the brown to simmer down a little bit. So what's been going on? This last week I did a brew day. Did that on Sunday. Surprisingly, things went really well. Started about 9 o'clock. Doughed in. Time I got done, it was like 3:30. No, I pitched the yeast at 3:15. Had two. I did a 7.5 gallon batch. Well, put it this way, yeah, it was probably about 7.5 gallons. Did enough to fill up my 6.5 fermenter up to about 5.5 gallons, and my Mr. Beer to about 2.25 gallons, maybe 2.5. I'm not sure. Primary got the White Labs American Ale yeast in there, still kind of continuing the experiments a little bit. And the Mr. Beer, I put that German Ale yeast in there. I don't know if it's just because I am of German blood, live in a German town. I just was wanting to experiment with this German ale yeast. The other thing I got thinking about was this whole ordeal with maybe I can get by for my brown ale, my pale ale, one yeast strain. I've been using American ale yeast and British ale yeast. The British for the brown ale and the American for the pale ale. I just want to see what I can do if that German ale yeast turns out good. You know, maybe I'll try to brew a batch with just German ale yeast and try that. I don't know. I just want to see if I get by with just using one yeast. Here come winter when I do my frequent brewing. Brew a batch, save the yeast keg, just keep using that yeast over and over and over until it gets done. That would be good. Now, I do have to say that British ale yeast on that brown ale, I got that batch. Whenever I tasted it, man, that whole flat batch, I probably could have drank it myself. That stuff was good. I don't know how it's going to taste carving and aging just a little bit, but that stuff was good. I'm a big brown ale fan. The pale ale, I usually do that for my buddies that like to come over and drink some of my beers. Also, the next one to go in to be kegged is going to be the next batch of this. Once I get this keg emptied out, I'm going to put another keg of the German Pils in there. That's with the Bavarian lager yeast. So, going to try that and see how that tastes. Wasn't real happy with this guy. kind of buttery with the diacetyl and stuff. I'm thinking about this. I got some German ale yeast, and actually I got some Kolsch yeast. So my next batch I'm going to brew, I'm really thinking about doing a black lager, and see how that turns out, and maybe use that Kolsch yeast with that Mr. Beer kit just to, experiment and see. So, so we got that brew day done. That was a pale ale. Turned out decently good, I think. I got it down, bubbling away in my little cooler filled with water. I've been exchanging water bottles. Been trying to keep that guy from within the 72 to 68, 65 range, and that's ambient temperature. So I know it's a little hotter in there than that. I have to say the first 24, 36 hours were probably up to the 75 range, 78 range. So I'm hoping I don't get any off flavors. But we'll see. So I've been trying to keep those guys cool and calm, collected, and whatnot. So it's been going good. Been checking out the hops. Did a little bit of work at the hop farm. I'm sure you guys saw my update where I did the weed barrier and different things like that. Been having some deers eat off those hops, but they're doing good. Tonight I brought me a 256 gallon tote out there. Going to use that to harvest water off that barn for the summertime, so I don't have to haul water out there to water my hops. I can just simply use it out of that 256 gallon container. That's going to be a sweet setup. I have to do a little demonstration on how I get that set up once I do get it set up. So, as far as brewing, not this weekend, probably not this next weekend or the weekend after. I don't know, we'll see. But it might be a little bit before I get another batch brewed up. I do have three kegs. They all got beer in them. So, got the brew dog coming up here. Anyways, I got the beer kegs. They're all filled up. One's about empty, so I guess it's not filled up. The other thing that's got going on, I got some hop cones. I'll have to get out there and get you guys another hop update with that. So be prepared, guys, to see a video on this pale ale that I did. Just did another video on the pale ale, since my first few videos out on YouTube were on pale ales. I did like a series of 6 videos on that first brew, so you guys can kind of maybe see the changes on that and maybe kind of critique things. What else? Gonna have a hop update out, and we'll kind of go from there. Got a couple questions for you guys. You guys that are hop growers, first question is, have you guys ever moved hops? If you have, how did you move them? You guys give me some a little bit of details, tips, hints. How did you move them? Did you take them out, dig them out, and to a big root ball? And when did you move them? Did you move them in the spring? Did you move them in the fall? When is the best time to do all that without stunning growth? The reason why I'm asking, which kind of leads into my other question, is that we are going to be building soon. I got a lot, and we're going to be putting up a shed this fall, I hope. It's going to be a brew shed. Well, it's going to be a shed to hose all our crap, like the camper and everything else. But I'm going to have a pretty big brewing area in there. But anyways, I'm going to be planting those hops probably somewhere close around that shed, I would assume. And my question would be, if I do, well, what side of the shed would that be for central/southern Illinois? What side of the shed would be good to plant those on? If I plant them on the south side, they're going to be too hot. Can I plant them on the east side so they just get morning sun? The west side is probably going to have a driveway on it, so that's probably a no. But I can plant them on the north side. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Just kind of curious. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll keep you guys posted on that when that comes around. So, the other thing I'm looking into is maybe once I do get that brew shed built, how I'm thinking about getting rid of the cooler for the mash tun. Doing a maybe a stainless pot, maybe three stainless pots set up. So that would require me shelling out a little cash, but I also need to get some type of stand rigged up. I do have one March pump. It's out of commission right now. I need to get work on it and see if I can get it back and running. I spilled some sticky, nasty wort on it. Well, some sticky, nice wort on it. So I would probably like to have this. I got the room, I got the height. I like to have this a gravity fed thing, and then if I want to put pumps in, I could put pumps in. So if you guys got some similar setups, let me know and see how they look. So other than that, I need to get this guy out. It's already almost 9 o'clock at night. Haven't eaten dinner yet. Need to get this out, eat some dinner, and probably stop drinking beer for the night. But everybody, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like this. Thumbs down, I guess, if you don't. You're not going to hurt my feelings. So here's to you guys. Cheers.